Noor Jihan first left her country to look for work at age 13. Over the years, she has found employment as a domestic worker and in several factories around the world.
এখানে আমাদের যেখানে আমরা থাকি এখানে আমাদের ট্রাভেলস আছে মাহবুব ট্রাভেলস ওইখান থেকে আমাদেরকে বলা হয়েছে যেখান থেকে আউট কান্ট্রিতে লোক যায় যে বিদেশে মেয়েরা যেতে পারে গার্মেন্টসে চাকরি করতে পারে তারপর আমি এখানে যাই যে আমি যোগাযোগ করার পর ওনারা এখানে আমাকে পাঠায় গার্মেন্টসে কাজের জন্য
A year ago, at age 24, Noor came to work in this factory in Irbid. Her employer provides her with room and board, so she can send most of her $150 monthly wage to her family in Bangladesh. Noor is one of more than 40,000 migrant workers employed across Jordan's qualified industrial zones, making ready-made clothing for some of the world's leading consumer brands. Since it was established in 1996, the sector has been plagued with poor working and living conditions. Weak dialogue mechanisms between workers and their employers resulted in several strikes, some of which hit multiple factories and lasted for up to a month. But the situation of workers has improved in recent years. Since 2008, Better Work Jordan has worked closely with its partners, the Ministry of Labour, employers, the Garment Union and the international brands, to improve compliance with Jordan's laws and international labour standards. This culminated in a collective bargaining agreement being signed in May 2013 between two apparel employees associations and Jordan's Garment Union. The agreement will help tens of thousands of workers, both migrants and Jordanians, by improving conditions in the factories and allowing for better representation.
The CBA is the latest step in a process of enhancing social dialogue between workers and the employers that have been going on for a number of years now. It's a sectoral CBA, meaning that it covers all employers and all workers in the sector.
Some of the most important provisions of the agreement focus on regulating working hours, wages and bonuses, granting union access to factories, providing an environment more conducive to social dialogue between workers and employers, improving occupational health and safety both at factories and dormitories, a commitment to treat all workers equally.
في البداية إحنا ما كان في إلنا كتير حق إن ندخل على المصانع، أكثر الشركات ما بدخلونا لأنه ما في قانون بلزمهم بهذا الحكي، بينما هلا بالاتفاقية صار في بنود أكثر إنه أدخل أنا على العمال أحكي معهم، أشكل لجان عمالية، أعمل انتخابات، أحط على لوحات الإعلانات أي إعلان لصالح العامل أو ممكن يفهمه أفهمه حقوقه وواجباته، قوانين العمل، قوانين الضمان الاجتماعي. أكيد هي رح تخفف كتير من الإضرابات للعمال لأنه هيك صار في تواصل.
Garment sector exports reached a record high in 2012, generating $1.2 billion. Factory owners are hopeful the collective bargaining agreement will enable the sector to grow even more.
رح تفيد هذا القطاع بأنه العمالة رح يكون ثابتة. هذا الثبات في العمالة والاستقرار في الاستثمار في الأردن بيساعد المصانع أنه يتوسع أكثر، يشوف شو متطلبات السوق الأمريكية، نتوجه لمنتجات ونخطط لمستقبل أكبر من زمان. بس هاي الاتفاقية رح تساعده على أنه يشوف رؤية أبعد، فبالتالي يفكر لمدى أطول ويدور على منتجات فيها قيمة مضافة أكثر للأردن ولقطاع الألبسة.
Better Work Jordan supported the development of the collective bargaining agreement by offering training on collective bargaining to the garment union and employers prior to the negotiations, and by reviewing the draft agreement to ensure its consistency with the ILO's core labour standards.
As important as this agreement is, at this point it's just a piece of paper, and it really will only, its value will only be seen to the extent that it really impacts on the workforce and the relationship between the employers and the workers throughout the sector. And so if you look at the agreement calls for the creation of committees at the factory level and also at the sectoral level to resolve language interpretations of the contract, to work together to implement the contract. The ILO and Better Work Jordan will assist in this process by bringing in experts to work with both the employers and with the union on what we call contract administration. Now you have this contract, how do you make it work?
আমাদের কোম্পানি যে চুক্তি হিসেবে আমাদের কন্ট্রাক্ট ফর্ম দিয়েছে, যদি এরকম ভাবে চলতে থাকে তাহলে আমাদের কোম্পানি আরো উন্নত হবে আর সবাই খুশি হিসাবে আরো ভালো করে কাজ করবে।